If the Utha National Park in USA is seen from satellite, then something of blue color is visible here. If we look at this scene a little closer, we can see a wonderful sight in the middle of it. There are 23 ponds of blue, yellow and green colors which are enhancing the beauty of this place. But what is this beautiful ponds doing in this wilderness where all the mountains and rocks are brown? Is this some mysterious project of NASA? Or a swimming pool? To understand these beautiful ponds we have to go back 1,500 years. When humans first discovered a unique chemical element with the help of bonfire. The method is simple, we just have to set fire to some wood, but this time not for heat but for the ash that remains. We will put this ash in a pot and add some water because ash contains many chemical compounds. But some dissolve in water and change their color in water. Now we will filter this water and keep it in the sun to dry. When water evaporates we will see some such crystals. This is a chemical element which humans have been using for many years. Because it is made with the help of a pot and ash, it is named potash. Earlier people used to make soap using potash. Used to color clothes and also used for glass products. For example, soap is made by melting animal fat. Similarly, by adding potash to a glass product, its heating point reduces and it is very easy to give it the shape of our choice. With the increasing human population, the demand for potash also increased. In the year 1788, thousands of factories were built for the production of potash. In these factories only wood was burnt and that too only to collect ash. In the year 1790, an inventor named Samuel Hopkins invented a new method of producing potash, in which potash liquid was baked not in sunlight but in a furnace. With this new method, production of potash started taking very less time. This was a new patent in American history which was signed by American President George Washington. Potash got a lot of hype from this patent and different scientists started experimenting with it. Among all these experiments, there was one such experiment which was going to replace potash. A few years after the patent was signed, in 1807, a scientist named Humphrey Davy put soft potash in a pot and gave it current. He noticed that small metal balls were forming in the potash and then in the next moment they suddenly exploded and burst. Davy discovered a new element and gave it to the world. But what was the name of this element? Now because it was extracted from potash, it was named potassium. When many people hear the name of potassium, apricots, raisins or bananas come to their mind. Of course, these fruits are sources for humans but they do not contain pure potassium. Pure potassium is more reactive. He reacts immediately to anything. Like in Humphrey Davy's experiment, potassium reacted with water vapors present in the air and exploded. That is why pure potassium is kept in oil so that it does not react with the water vapors present in the air. Today, so many things are being made in the world using its byproducts that this video would be too small to count them all. From battery to fertilizer and from glass to gunpowder, potassium has become a necessity for the world. If cow dung is mixed with potassium, it forms potassium nitrate, which is the main ingredient of gunpowder and firework. But the biggest problem was in the manufacturing of potash because for the next few years after Davy's discovery, potash was being made only by burning wood. Due to increase in demand, it reached such a level that forests of Europe and USA started being cut. In 1861, Germany discovered a new source of potash production. It was not found anywhere else but in a special kind of stone and Germany had a lot of these stones. This discovery of Germany was very beneficial. In this way the production of potash was cheaper. And this also saved trees. Now Germany had so much potash that they started throwing it here and there. Due to which its new benefits came to know. By throwing potash on the ground, it was noticed that the crop was growing faster and that too less watering. By adding potash, farmers decided to reduce the water and the crops flourished. Within a few years, Germany became the #1 exporter of potash. In 1910, just 4 years before World War I, the entire world became dependent on Germany's potash. Germany made its first attack by stopping the export of potash. America suffered the most loss from this move by Germany. This was the time when the US Congress allocated funds to find domestic sources of potash in America itself, one of which was located near Moab City in Utah. But the problem was that the potash stones were 3,500 feet below the ground. At first, proper mining was done here and potash stones started being taken out from 3,500 feet below. But then in 1963 an accident happened which changed everything. Methane gas leaked inside the potash mine and a fire broke out after coming in contact with the open flame. The potash mine exploded with a loud bang. 18 miners lost their lives in this accident. The very next year, a Canadian company discovered a new way to extract potash from the ground. They dug a shaft up to 3,500 feet deep and poured pressurized water into it. Potash deposits would get mixed with water and then that water would come up from another shaft and be filled in a pond. This is the same pond which we can see in different colors today. If you are thinking that the blue color is due to the potash present in it, then you are wrong. To color the water blue, copper sulfate is added to it so that there is no bacteria in stagnant water and the blue color attracts sunlight more. This also speeds up evaporation. The heat of the sun evaporates these ponds and what is left behind is pure potash. There are a total of 23 ponds in this location of Utha and they are spread over an area of 400 acres. It takes about 6 to 8 months for each pond to evaporate. As the water level decreases, these ponds turn from blue to green and then yellow. In the end, potash remains in white crystal form, which is packed and sent in trucks. Humans have been using potash in practical use and earning source of humans for centuries. According to an estimate, about 2 billion tons of potash is present under the ground in Moab City. The price of 1 ton of potash is $330. This location alone can earn America $660 billion.